You're intermittent fasting, but how many calories can you eat? Let's talk about that. So I get this question a lot lately, and that is, how many calories are you eating? They know that I'm eating once a day, but they're wondering how many calories. And I have to give them the very unsatisfying answer, I don't know. I only know that I eat once a day. That's my only rule. I do that Monday through Saturday, just one meal per day. During that one meal per day, I do not restrict calories, I do not count my calories, I do not track my calories. Now, let me be clear, there are some intermittent fasting people out there that will still tell you you need to track your calories and everything. It's just not something I do. So let me tell you about my experience with counting calories. Back in 2015, I'd started weighing myself and I was trying to figure out how to lose weight, and I started intermittent fasting, but it was a really short window of fasting that I was doing. And so I decided, well, I'm going to also count calories and do macros and all this stuff. And so what ended up happening was I drove myself crazy, because I started out, I would use my Fitbit, whatever it was telling me I was burning in calorie count, I would use that to say, okay, I need to be at a deficit, and I would log all of my food, and I saw no results. So the next thing I did was I said, well, I must not be doing this right, so I started measuring my food and tracking it still. And it still wasn't working. Now, maybe I was just being impatient. I don't know. But then I started really driving myself crazy. I started weighing all of my food. It was absolutely driving me bonkers. It made me feel completely deprived. It really put me in a bad place. Because let me tell you, when you measure out a quarter cup of shredded cheese and then you're sprinkling it on your taco, I hated that. I felt like it's so unfair that I'm having to do this, measure my stuff, and then everybody else at the table was just, piling on as much as they wanted. And the thing is I love big portions, and that's really why I landed on this plan. I did not want to have to sit there and weigh my food and track it. The reason why intermittent fasting works for me, eating one big meal a day, I can still have those big portions that I really like without having to track my calories otherwise. At least that's what's worked for me. I'm the type of person who, if I'm going to put butter on my roll, it's going to be a slathering of butter. If I'm going to put cheese on top of something, it's going to be a whole lot of cheese. It's just how I like it. So if you're curious as to what I eat, a couple of months ago, I did post a video that was called Intermittent Fasting Meal Plan. And on my website, on the actual blog post, I listed everything that I ate for that previous week. And so you can really get an idea, and you can really see I do not restrict any kind of foods. I will eat whatever I want for my meal. Some nights it's spaghetti, other nights it's steak, some nights it's beans and rice. It's just all the different foods. So I think the way this intermittent fasting plan works for me, I am in some sort of caloric deficit. I just don't really know how many calories I'm burning or how many I'm consuming. I just see the evidence of the caloric deficit when my weight is going down. So I'm curious to know about your experiences with counting calories. Do you do intermittent fasting with counting calories? I don't, but maybe you have had success with it. Let me know in the comments below. I love to see all the different ways people have found to lose weight and be successful at it. And I know there are people out there who have had tremendous success with counting calories. So thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below.